Okay, always remember outside, unless you have a shut off valve indoors that completely shuts your water off, turn your water off first. And then come into the house and shut this valve off, your shut off valve to your toilet. And that water goes in there. And then flush your toilet and then pour about 3 gallons of water, 1 to 3 gallons of water. But you're just flushing excess water out, and it'll go down and through here. It's okay if you have just a little bit right there. It's not a big deal. You want the rest out. And then you can begin your work. But just want to make sure you know to shut the water off first. Get as much water out of here as possible, and lift it up and lift it even, and you won't have any problems. Also, don't forget, you gotta also unscrew this from your tank. It's very easy to undo, so don't worry about that either. Now, some of these, it's going to come with its own ring, but if your tube right here, your water tube, if it has its own screw, its own nut cap, don't worry about it. You can use that one and screw it on instead of using the other one. Okay, so you're going to need this for your wax ring. Once you lift this up, it's going to have a wax ring. You're going to need to scrape underneath it, get everything, clean it up the best you can. But before that, all you need to do is have 2 crescent wrenches. You're going to put this one underneath here, just like that. And then you're going to use this one, and you're going to go counterclockwise. So you need 2 wrenches. That's basically all you need. And then you're going to go counterclockwise, loosen it up. And all you're doing is just loosening this and taking this off right here. And when you do that, this is going to stay on. You're just going to be unscrewing this, and then this one is going to stay on because it's behind the compression ring. And then just unscrew this right here. Once this comes out, you can just unscrew it, and this will come out. But you're going to have that back nut and the compression ring on there. And same way when you're putting it back on, you're going to put that crescent wrench back up there, crescent wrench, and you're going to go clockwise, and you're going to tighten it back up. So, but you'll feel it, and that's all you got to do. Okay, I wanted to show you this because we didn't get a chance. Our camera ran out of power, but when you buy this, it's going to have 3 pieces to it. And this is I can't think of the name of it, but I'll show it in a minute. But it's going to come like this, and it may even be all the way in like this. But a lot of them I'll show you. You just slip it on here, this end, and screw it in just a little bit. And you drop this in with the small end because this is going to go inside the copper pipe. You're going to just drop that in like that. And then you're going to stick this into the copper pipe. So this is going to slide into the copper pipe. It's going to slide right on there. You're going to have that copper sleeve that's going to be about this big, and we'll show that to you. And then you're going to screw in the back nut. You're going to screw that onto there. But what a lot of people forget to tell you is that before you do all this, before you get to there, you're going to screw this almost all the way out. You want as much room as possible so that when you stick this on, just like that, screw it in. You don't have to screw it in far, and then stick this part on like there, and you stick this inside the copper pipe, and then you screw that back nut onto here. You're going to go clockwise, and this is going to pull that sleeve because it's going to get stuck, because it's once you get it in there and you tighten it in, it compresses it. It compresses it, and it gets real tight around that copper pipe, and that's why you need this when you're getting that. And you're going to see it too if you ever change that valve, that shut-off valve behind the toilet that you turn the water on, turn the water off. That you're going to see once you take that screw off, take that old one off, that there's a copper ring. It's a sleeve, and you're going to see you can't get that off really unless you could use some WD-40 and maybe some vice grips, but you don't want to damage your copper pipe. And this little gadget is probably the best tool that you could use for that. And so, but make sure you unwind this before you put this on and put this piece into the copper pipe. And once you screw that nut on, you're going to do it clockwise, and it's going to pull that nut, and it's also going to pull the sleeve off, and it'll just come right off. It'll be a little tight, but it'll come right off. But you do need to use one of these tools for that. It's only about $12, $12 or $18 at Harbor Freight. You can order it online, and I would go ahead and order one, because you're going to one day have to change that wax seal, because they all run out or weaken. I mean, it'll take years, but they will weaken. And if you're in a older house, a newer house, you probably won't need this for a couple years, quite a long couple years. But if you're in an older house, I'm sure that your wax ring is going to need to be changed very soon. So this will help you get that copper sleeve off. Now, if you have the plastic pipes, it's a different shut-off valve, and you work it different. But this is for copper pipes. I just wanted to show you that because we didn't get a chance to show you in action how that works. But it's very easy. Also, make sure you have some knee pads protection. I don't know how people do it without it. It hurts my knees. But if you got some knee pads, it's going to help you out real good. And make sure you wear gloves. You don't want anything on your hands. And we're going to show you the outcome in just a minute. Pressure rings in there. We did it.
whole thing.
That's the hard part.
That's compression ring. And they will change it. The whole thing.
Also, when you're getting this off, it'll come in 3 parts. This one and this one. This one just slides on in just a little bit. You slide that one on and then stick that into the tube and screw this onto this one. Yeah? But this compressor ring is going to be stuck on there. So, but what you got to do also is, before you do all that, back this up. Back it up and then put your screw on and your compression in there and stick it in a hole, and it should slide right in there. If not, just kind of work with it, but it'll go in there. And then that compression ring will be, even if it's back far, the further you got this back, the further it's going to go. So it can be all the way back here. Man, if you got this backed up, and then you go clockwise, and they'll grab it and they'll pull that nut and the compressor ring all the way up and off. So if you're using this, it's real easy to use. It is. It will save you a lot of time. It's only about 12 bucks, 10 bucks, something.
2.18.
12, 18?
12 to 18 bucks.
12 to $18. It's well worth it. Anytime you're going to change that, or when you're changing the wax ring also, this tool is very handy. Recommend getting it. You can get it at Home Depot. Home Depot for 12 to 18, I think you said.
Yeah, it was 16 there.
Okay, Harbor Freight don't carry this. Maybe your local hardware store or Amazon carries it also online. Okay, we're going to do some more. Oh, now we're just going to clean all this off, and then we're going to stick the other ring on there. The nut first, then the ring, as close as you can get it. And then we're going to stick the tube on there. And we're going to screw it on, and it should be putting the sleeve back on, the new one, brand new one, it's gonna fit. It's gonna fit over the copper pipe real easy. It's gonna be loose. It's gonna look like, how is that gonna work? But you go ahead, put this on the pipe. Put this on first, put the nut on first. Push that back, and then push this onto the copper pipe, so it's probably going to look like this. So it's going to look just like that. You'll have about that much separation. It's going to be on the copper pipe. So this on first, and slide this this on as far as we can go. And then we're going to bring it up. It's not going to be tight. Don't worry about that. What you're going to have to do is get a vice grip, put it right there. Crescent wrench or something and just tighten it. Now this is compressing. You're smashing this in. You're compressing as you turn. It's compressing, and you'll see that with just hand tight, it's going to be real loose. And don't worry about that. It'll slide on. It'll slide off. But once you start tightening here, it's going to start compressing that copper ring, and it's going to compress in. And you're going to see it's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter. And even if it leaks just a little bit, just get your crescent wrench and tighten it a little bit more, and that leak will stop. So just wanted you to know that also, because a lot of times when you put that on, it's going to be so loose. Even when you hand tighten it, it's going to be loose. You're like, there's something wrong? But no, it just needs to be compressed on, and it needs to be tightened down with the 2 wrenches. And the tighter you make it, the more that ring is going to compress and close, and then you'll see that it's going to be real tight and stiff and it won't come off. Just wanted to show that to you also. It's gonna come down. In there?
Yeah. Yeah, they're both on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we've got to tighten those bolts. All done. No leaks. No leaks. Yay. I'll show you one more thing real quick. If you ever have trouble and it just keeps running and running, just turn this little screw to the left until it's just a little bit below this, 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and it should stop it. You don't necessarily have to go get a new flapper system or whatever it's called. So that's how you adjust that.
So that's just a few things. And we put new bolts on the side here. That's also not very hard to do. Just line them up. And we're going to break those off. They come extra long, but these little gaps in between is where you can break them off. So just want to show you that also. So do all this yourself. $12 to $18. This right here is about $12 because it's copper. Your gas getting there. Let's see, if you want to put new bolts on it, that's about $3. And get you some gloves. That's about $3 for about 10 pairs for those plastic rubber gloves. You're going to need that. And you're going to need a wax ring. I'm not sure how much those cost, but they're not really expensive. So maybe under $25, or no, let's say about $35. You could probably get all this done. But if you call a plumber, it's going to cost you about $300. So $300 compared to $35. Do it yourself. It's very easy to do. But if you are a female or someone who's doesn't weigh a lot, I would say get somebody to help you with the lifting of the toilet bowl. Put it to the side, and also you're going to have to drain that water. Flush it first. I mean, turn your water off, and then turn the valve off, and then flush the toilet, and then get you a bucket of water and flush that also. Pour that bucket of water, about a gallon, a half gallon, or you could use a 5 gallon, but only about halfway, just to flush that water and get it out. And then you're just going to have just a little bit of water in there, and that's fine. But especially if you lift it straight up and move it over and put it on like a plastic trash bag, if you keep it level, it's not gonna leak any water. So just be careful with that, and then do the same thing when you slide it back on. Slide it on the bolts and sit on it. And if you got someone to tighten those screws for you, do that. But if you don't, sit on it just for a little bit, get that seal going, and then get down there and tighten them up, and then you're done.